Sunday. This is Celine Capilla, and I am going to talk to you today about what I call muscle testing, otherwise known as kinesiology. What this is a unique way to allow for our own body to tell us truths. So, one of the first times I was introduced to this sort of thing was when my Aunt Marilyn was trying to understand how many herb supplements she was going to give to um, our family members as she was helping to get people better through herbs. And she would literally sit down and pour, let's say, 6 capsules in your hand, and have you are holding on to those 6 capsules, she would then have you just hold the 2 fingers together like that. And as one was holding, like let's say I'm the person who is holding the capsules, and she would then take both of her hands and try to pry open the fingers that are held together. And the way to do that is to make sure that the person is not, you know, they're a consistent resistance for pulling the fingers apart. So if, for example, you want to test it, if it's weak, then the fingers will easily come apart. So if 6 capsules was too much, then the fingers would come apart very easily. When she would reduce the amount of these capsules, then what would happen is, as you would get closer to the right amount for that person's body, then it would be literally impossible to pry the fingers open. So this was my first introduction to muscle testing or kinesiology. And it's actually quite fun, and it's something that I wanted to share with you to know about, because sometimes we are taking things, whether it's a food or whether it's supplements or medications, and these things may be harming you. They may not be doing anything, as if you were taking medications, for example, for a long period of time, and sometimes taking something over a long period of time sometimes stops having the same effect, as well as sometimes we are taking things that are actually not even good for us. So this is a way for you to test. And there's many ways, and I'm going to tell you more than the single way that I was just mentioning. And there's ways for you to test yourself, and there's ways for you to be tested by others, as well as you can test someone else. So I feel that when testing someone else, right, you can either use the finger method, where you ask them to hold their fingers tightly together, the same. And I also like to have where the person has their eyes closed. So let's say you're actually trying to see if what's better between a vitamin C supplement. Let's say you went and got a vitamin C from a Whole Foods, and then you got a vitamin C supplement online, and you wanted to just figure out, okay, which one of these is better for me? Which one is my body going to respond to better? You know that vitamin C is good for you, but you want to know which one is your body going to call out more. Now, sometimes that will be the same result, and sometimes not. Or you can decide, all right, does my body even need vitamin C? Maybe it needs zinc, or maybe it needs magnesium, right? So this is again where you can muscle test. Just simply put either the jar, start off with the whole jar in one hand, and then allow yourself to be muscle tested. And again, the best thing is if you were to sit with your back on a chair and your feet flat on the floor, and then you're in your hand that's in your lap, just have that supplement or medication, whatever it is that you're testing, kind of resting on your lap, and then the other hand relaxed and resting, but also giving the resistance of the person trying to pry your fingers open. And there will be an obvious one where it would be very easy to open the fingers for that other person, or for yourself if you're doing the testing, or it would be very difficult if your body needs it. And this is just an excellent way because, again, we are all energy. And what we are putting in our bodies is also energy. And our body responds in a stronger way when our energy is stronger when something's good for us. And when we're doing something that's not good for us, our energy gets weaker. And it's very demonstrable by this technique. Another easy way to test or someone or have someone test you is to simply stand up with your legs parallel, flat on the ground, and then have one of your arms literally straight across, just straight out like that. And allow that person in the very same way to push down on your arm, much like this, pushing down on the arm. And when doing so, there will be a easy, like if it's weak, it will go way easy. And if it's hard, it will be very difficult to have the person push. Now, just a couple tips on this. When you're doing this method, again, make sure that the arm is parallel to the body, and make sure that the person who's pushing down on your arm is giving the muscle resistance. So again, try to be same area. Don't just push here and then push here and push the hand. Have the person push in the right area, or a consistent area, when doing this sort of testing in this way. Now, the other exciting thing is you can even test yourself. If you need to test yourself, it can be a little more tricky because sometimes we get in our head. And I like to make sure that the other person that I am testing doesn't really know what it is that I'm putting in their hands, so they don't have some sort of a preconceived notion to, grip harder or not. So it's very important on that aspect. If you're testing yourself, start off with some basic questions like, what is my name? Or am I female? Or, do I like going to tropical places? Okay, something your body already knows. And what you're going to do is you're going to stand with your legs a little bit apart, like hip apart. And what you're going to do is just relax your body. You can look at something or you can close your eyes. And literally you're just going to ask yourself, starting off, warming questions. And if it's true, your body will come forward. If it's not true or weaker, your body will fall back. Okay, it'll sway. This is called the sway test. So again, stronger goes forward, weaker goes backwards. And it's very fun and exciting to do this. You can also test products. I did this with a number of food items. I wanted to see, how my body was reacting or how it would respond. Is quinoa good for me? Different types of things. And you can actually hold different things and have a lot of fun with it. You can have hold a sugary cereal and just feel if your body sways forward or see if your body sways back. And when you are working with food like that, it's really incredible because you'll see how a banana, for example, would be more likely to be something that would be difficult to resist, whereas something like a can of Coca-Cola, all of a sudden the body is very weak and you'll either sway backwards if you're doing yourself, or if you're being muscle tested by someone else, it'd be very easy for them to drop your arm. And again, hold the can of Coca-Cola in one hand, and it'd be very easy for them to do that, as well as if you were doing the finger test. So this is excellent as a way for you to just check yourself with foods, with medications, with supplements. I know a lot of times we get a little carried away with taking lots of supplements. There is something called lightning sticks that I love. We carry it here at Ensoleil, and I love it because it's all of your vitamins and minerals in one small little pack, and it is amazing because you just put it on your tongue for it to dissolve. It tastes like sugar and there's no sugar added. But what I love about it is it's all of your nutrients that your body needs, and it doesn't go through your digestive system. What happens is it is dissolved and goes into your bloodstream. It breaks the blood-brain barrier, and you get the full benefit of all the vitamins and minerals your body needs without having to take a bunch of capsules. I've had people come into our center and bring literally gallon bags for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, saying, this is the supplements I take for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we would muscle test through these, and a lot of times they would leave just with 2 or 3 of those supplements that they originally came in with. But can you imagine all of that? Sometimes those capsules are not just made with something water soluble. Sometimes there are other chemicals, other byproducts that are in those capsules. And imagine if you're taking, 20 capsules times 3 or times 6. It can get a little bit crazy on your digestive system. So this is just another alternative. And if you wanted us to help you with any muscle testing or any information about this, we're always happy to help you. You can always make an appointment with us. Come in, bring your medications. You can bring your supplements, or we can test you for the various foods that might be better or worse for your body. So I hope you have a great Sunday. Try this out. It's super fun and very informative. And what better way to make sure that you're getting the most out of what you are thinking you are for your medications, your supplements, and your foods. So thanks again. Join us next week for an amazing interview between myself and Miss Michelle and Chouat. Have a great day. Bye-bye.